in Louisiana, we love our music, architecture, even our weather, depending on the time of year. But let's be honest, it's the food that is truly something special. The organization, NOCHI, recognizes that, so they have come up with their Winter Food Hall pop-up that will feature the dishes of young culinary students. And joining me now in the Winn-Dixie kitchen is Chef Steven McIntyre. He's a culinary arts instructor with the New Orleans Culinary and Hospitality Institute. Welcome, Chef Steven.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming
on,
and congrats on this. This is amazing.
Thank you.
And what I love is that the reason why you all are doing this pop-up is because it's actually a part of the curriculum at NOCHI. Explain that for everybody.
It is. So our students at NOCHI, they do a 100-day cohort. So they come in. These are people that want to come in, get some education, and go into the industry right off that.
Yeah.
So what we do at the end of their cohort, around day 75, we do this capstone project. So they get an understanding of what it's like to really work in a restaurant. So they plan menus, they plan recipes, they cost out things, they do the sourcing. I mean, they do everything in their pop-up, and this is what it all works towards. All the math, all the long nights, it works towards this.
And we get to enjoy their food, which I think is amazing. The first dish you're making today, tell me about the student who created this, and what are we making?
Sure. So we are making sheep head a la morena.
Ooh, fancy.
Oh, yeah. So this dish was based off our student Dale. Dale actually comes from Nicaragua.
Right.
So this is a dish that he did with his grandmother who taught him how to cook. And this is just a real simple dish, but it's full of flavor, full of color, and full of ingredients that we have in the kitchen already.
Yeah, and that's Dale right there, everybody. Congrats to you. So how do we get started?
Sure, we're going to start with this pan right here, getting nice and hot.
Yes.
And I'm going to get that going. And I got right here a little grapeseed oil, okay?
Oh.
I want grapeseed oil. Now, grapeseed oil, it has what we call a really high smoke point, right? So have you ever had oil at the house and it starts doing all that?
Oh, yes, all the time. Yesterday, to be honest.
Well, you know, this has a higher point than like canola oil, olive oil. Now, it is an extra penny. So if you want to use canola oil, it's perfectly fine.
I'm just going to go to the pop-up so y'all can take the
We got
cost.
it there
You know
at the
what I'm
pop-up.
saying?
Exactly. So I'm going to put this oil in right here just so it can get nice and hot. Trust me, the oil can take it. It's going to need it for this next part, right?
Okay.
So for this next part, we're actually going to blacken the sheephead fish. So the sheephead is a beautiful fish. Well, it has an interesting face. If you look it up, you'll see it's a very interesting looking fish.
I saw it because I was like, what is sheephead a la morena? And I saw the fish and I was like, interesting. But I bet it tastes good.
It's very good. I mean, it's a perfect fish for frying, grilling, great utility fish. I mean, use it for anything.
Okay.
You'll love it. You'll love it, right?
Love it.
So what we're going to do, we have this blackening blend right here. And this blackening blend has some cayenne. It's not spicy. It just adds that color, right? So a little cayenne, a little cumin, some coriander, a little garlic powder, salt, pepper. I mean, it is, it's something special. It's something special. So all we're going to do while this is getting nice and hot, there we go, nice and hot.
We want to season it using this blend right here.
This is it. Now, this is your all-in seasoning. This is everything right here.
I love it.
So you don't got to add anything else. If you're at the house, you can make it, put it in your cabinet. It's good to go.
And again, the students that you work with, they actually came up with these recipes.
They
did. That is so awesome.
Absolutely. So all I did, I kind of came in and gave a little professional steering, but these are all students' recipes. And what's special about this pop-up in particular, a lot of these recipes come from the families of the students.
Yeah.
This is their family recipe coming to life right here for everybody to try.
So once you season both sides of the fish, everybody, with this wonderful blackened seasoning, we're going to put that in the pan. Then what's under the fish?
So, I'm so glad you asked. That's a palo gallo.
A palo gallo, okay.
So really, for us, over here, that means little red beans and rice sauteed up.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Now we know. Take it to New Orleans,
there you go.
okay?
Now we know.
Love
and
it.
all that is, so this is a central dish. Dale made very clear that it's better the next day. So this is perfect if you have that leftover red beans and rice. That's all we're going to do, right? So I'm going to have that working over here. A little bit of oil in that pan as well.
Yum.
Going in right there. Again, that grapeseed oil, beautiful oil for everything.
I'm going to go to the grocery store and get that because I'm just using olive oil right now, you know.
And you know what? If you like the taste of olive oil, they have grapeseed and olive oil blend oils.
All right. Come on, a best of both worlds.
Absolutely,
Love
absolutely.
It. So I see you put some onions in there. We're going to have that sauteing. And what, is this actually red beans or is this just regular red kidney beans?
That's actual red kidney beans. So whatever you have, this is really whatever you have. We have these red beans today, beautiful red beans ready to go, and they're here for us today.
Love it.
Absolutely.
And then it's, of course, served with some rice.
Some rice right here, yeah.
Now, once the fire gets hot on this sheep's head, how long are we cooking this for?
Not that long at all, because what we're going to do, we're going to show you the trick that people people do in the restaurant.
Ooh, what's the
secret is you're going to go in super hot. All right. Trust me.
Season side down.
Season side down. Because what's going to happen, you're going to get this really beautiful blackening color, right? I'm going to switch my hands around.
That's a good idea, because usually what I always do is I season both sides and then put them in there. But if you put that one down, then you can season the other side.
There you go.
Yummy.
All right, I'm going to spray my hands off real quick.
Sure. And while you do that, talk to me about what's in this bowl right here. I see some microgreens, some lime, tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Okay, love that. And this right here is what, lemon?
So, it's a kumquat.
It's a compote?
A kumquat.
A kumquat. Yes. Yummy.
It's in the citrus family. It's like a lemon and an orange, but small.
Love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, due to the magic of television, we have the finished product right here. This is, of course, the red beans, the rice, the palo galto really is what it's called.
There we go.
The sheep's head right here with all of this delicious stuff. Now, look, stay right there, because coming up later, we are going to make another dish with him. But if you want to head over to the pop-up to find this dish and try this dish, they have several dates in November that you can check out. You can walk in or make a table reservation at 11, 11:30, 12, or 12:30. For more information, head over to NOCHI.org/food hall. We'll be right back. We are back in the Winn-Dixie kitchen with Chef Steven McIntyre of the New Orleans Culinary and Hospitality Institute. The 2022 graduating class at NOCHI will be hosting a food hall pop-up throughout November. Chef Steven, okay, that sheep head earlier, delicious. You see the plate is gone already, okay? I really enjoyed it. And now you're doing another dish inspired by a student.
Yes.
Tell me about the student who came up with this.
So, Johnny's is based off Chad. Chad's one of my students, and Johnny's is actually the name of his grandfather. So Chad told us a story about his grandfather was no nonsense, loved barbecue, was just real rugged dude, and this was his kind of idea for a restaurant. So we're doing no nonsense barbecue.
And what better way to enjoy barbecue sauce than with chicken wings, everybody?
There we go.
Okay, let's talk about this first sauce right here.
Okay, so this first sauce is a Carolina Gold sauce made from scratch.
Oh, yes.
Has some beautiful mustard, we have some honey, we have some herbs, we have some spices. It's going to be your more vinegary sauce. So when we talk about our sauces, we're going to have that barbecue sauce for everybody. Everybody loves different types. We have what you want down there.
Good to know. And then we move a little bit sweeter on this next one. Tell me about this second sauce.
Now, this second one I'm really proud of. This is the one we would all the way with our students. This is a cranberry pomegranate barbecue sauce.
Tell me about this, because we see a lot of times the vinegar base, the tomato base, but you all decided to do the cranberry. What do you think that adds?
Well, you know, it's seasonal. Everybody loves cranberry sauce. Everybody, well, I love cranberry sauce.
I love cranberry, yeah, good flavor.
I love it. So what we did, we just took some pomegranate juice to add in a little bit extra flavor. We took some dried cranberries, rehydrated them, and when we blended it up, we just saw it had the consistency of barbecue sauce.
Yummy.
And we just said, why not? Go for it. So we add some seasonings to it, and that's what we have right there.
I love it. And then for all of my spicy lovers, you have a third one here. Tell me about this one.
So this is our Tabasco pepper mash buffalo sauce.
Tell me about this one.
So Tabasco is a big friend of NOCHI. They come in all the time and do wonderful things for us. So we actually have some of the Tabasco pepper mash that they use to make the actual Tabasco sauce. So we have that in-house, and so we wanted to find a way to use it. Ooh. So we took a little bit of tomato, we took a little bit of this pepper mash, we cooked it down together real good, added a little bit of seasonings, a little butter, and
the butter, it's delicious. It gives it a little bit more of like a creamy taste.
Yes.
So good.
And it brings it down just a little bit, because that pepper mash raw is just so hot. It was a little too hot. But we just put that butter in to bring it down, kind of mellow it all the way out.
The cranberry pomegranate.
I'm telling you.
Y'all know I'm going to eat this later, right? You know, I'm on TV right now, so I'm not going to eat it now, but the sauces are phenomenal.
Thank you.
And what I love the most about this is not only that it's students, you know, doing this, but they also get to learn about how to make the food, how to serve the food. And I want to ask you this, for people who are wondering how they can get involved, right, to be a part of the next graduating class, tell us a little bit more about what you all do over at NOCHI in regards to that.
Absolutely. So we have students from all different kinds of walks of life. Our average age is about 27 to about 30. So we have people that want to go into the career. They've had careers. They want to come back, do something else. We have people that are just fresh out of high school. So we have all kinds of people that want to go into the culinary industry. They want to work, or they just really love food and they don't have the time of a traditional 2-year college program, right? So they come in, do 100 days, learn all the basics, learn all the fundamentals, all the techniques within that period of time, and they love it. We have some amazing students coming through every year, and we have a cohort coming starting in January.
Okay, so so you can't sign up for next year, but hopefully the following year when y'all open applications, people can apply.
They're open right now. They can come if they want to be in January. We have space for them right now.
And you work with people of all different ages, which I think is awesome. And let me ask you this, you know, the food hall, tell us a little bit more about how that's going to work, the concept of it, because not only are you serving wings and, of course, the seafood that we had earlier, what are some of the other different types of food that are going to be there?
So we have one more concept. It's called Kampai. So it's based off our student named Richard, and Richard is he has his grandmother that's Japanese. So she inspired his food, and so we're doing different things. The main thing that Richard wanted to convey was when you think Japanese food, a lot of people think sushi, and there's no sushi on our menu.
Interesting. I love it so much. So barbecue, Nicaraguan food, and some Japanese food.
And drinks based off each one.
Drinks, alcoholic and not alcoholic?
Both.
Stop it. And, you know, before we go to break, I want to ask you this, Chef Steven. Since you help these wonderful students, what does it mean to you to know that they're now about to graduate and go off and hopefully be very successful in the culinary field?
I mean, it means everything. You know, we see these students on day one and they're just all over the place. But to see them now kind of refined and become the chefs that they're going to become, the great chef that they're going to be down the road, and see the continual emotion of, you know, I had a great chef help me. Now I'm helping these students. Now these students will go off to help great chefs. It's just the chain that keeps going, and we need it in this industry.
Yes, we do.
We need it so badly.
The barbecue sauce is fantastic. Shout out to you. Shout out to the students as well. Look, if you all want to try this or any other of the featured dishes that we showed on the show today, make sure you head out to the food hall pop-up at NOCHI, okay? Several dates throughout November. You're seeing all the dates on your screen. For more information, head over to nochi.org/food hall. I'm going to go eat, everybody. We'll be right back.